I'm here with Sanjeev Kapoor, renowned chef, media icon, author of 100 plus books, and the new owner of a channel called Food Food. Not a show, folks, a channel called Food Food. Let's talk to him about that. Welcome to Sahara One.
Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure talking to Sahara.
So, talk to us. Let's just plunge right into this network. What
Sure.
is this about?
Oh, food was a dream which is now realized. It's a baby that's just born, and I'm really excited because um, this is, in some sense, India's first attempt at doing 24/7 food channel, and I know that many people. Believed that it's something which India is not ready for. It is something which is too much of a risk. It's something which uh, will uh, will take time to settle. But I can proudly say that we have with food we have something which has done so well in first 3 months of launch. The viewership numbers that we have has surprised everyone, including us. Actually, so I think that uh, if you have to know India, then get right into its food, and you will say that you will see how different world it is and how progressive it is. And I think with food, we have the opportunity of sharing different kinds of food, different shows, not just food. So it is cooking, learning with food, it is fun with food, games with food, travel with food, health with food, lifestyle with food, Bollywood with food. So anything and everything with food.
Excellent. So, are there any non-Indian chefs on Food Food just yet?
Oh no, we at Food we believe that it's a channel which is in Hindi. If we bring in any chefs who are non-Indians, then we would bring them specifically for our channel. Let's say, for instance, I was filming with Rachel Ray last week, and she knew that okay, this is what I'm doing. So last time also when I met her, she says, "Oh, I want to be on your channel." So
I saw
now,
that.
yeah. So now when we air next week, you'll see that now we have a commitment that she would feature on Food. So we will bring it. So if we do, it will not be that a show which is shot for somebody else. And in India, we see it as not fresh programming. What you would see at Food always be fresh programs meant for India and Indians.
Okay, excellent. So we have a show here. It's a show where chefs go out, travel different countries, and find exotic ingredients. Is there anything that you've come across that's been exotic, something very different than what Indians have seen? An ingredient or even a style of cooking that's very different than what people normally see?
Oh, there are many things within India. There are so let's say, for instance, hottest chili in the world comes from India, and there are many techniques which are so unique, so different. So let's say we have a rice in Assam which is called Komal rice. Now, rice is rice, but here's a rice which you don't need to cook. You soak it and it's cooked.
Wow.
So simple things, but we have many unique things, and through food, we'll make sure that we share most of these with our viewers.
Excellent. So now let's talk about your book, How to Cook Indian.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Where does it come from? What's your inspiration behind it? How to Cook Indian. What does that mean?
Oh, I think the title says it all. How to cook Indian. Indian food is something which is getting popular, becoming more and more popular. But especially people in this part of the world, they've always believed that Indian food is very exotic. It's something which is very difficult, maybe. So I had to break that myth. I had to present recipes in a style which people can relate to, ingredients which they can easily find, and give them comfort and confidence that when they start to refer to the book and start cooking Indian food, they should come up with results which are stunning and which give them a sense of achievement. How to Cook Indian is an effort towards that. I'm glad that initial numbers are so encouraging that I think in I think in a very short span of time, you would see a lot of people in this part of the world cooking Indian food, and I'm not talking of Indians.
Okay, excellent. So, but we'll still remain exotic, right? You're not
Oh,
breaking that stereotype, are you?
no, when I say
We want to keep that one.
oh, I think it's the aura, it's the mystique, it's that magic of Indian food which you
The
can't take away.
unknown.
Yeah, so which you can't take away from it. But it's just that I don't want to make it too difficult for people that people don't try it.
Okay. So now, on a personal note, who cooks at home?
Oh my God, this is something which I have to answer every day, so I have to think of an answer now. Actually, my wife cooks very good food, so I would say she cooks at home.
Is that why you married her? Did she have to do a cooking demonstration for you before you married her?
Actually, when my parents went to her house, she actually cooked. She made fantastic dosas. She's from Gujarat, and no, that was not the reason. But her sister was the chef with me, so in some sense we married through food. Today, she helps me. She helps me with my business. She's my business partner, and she's actually in most of my books. She's a co-author with me.
And your two daughters, are they involved in all your cooking, or
Well,
are they fixing cars? What are they doing?
yeah, no, they're studying. I have two daughters, so they're pretty young at the moment. So she's studying in school, and so
Do
they
they
get,
help you in the kitchen?
yes, they do. So weekends actually I cook a lot. So when we're at home, that's the time I get to cook at home, and that's the time they love to come into the kitchen, and they want to help me, and they like to add their own touch, their own experience, but not in a big way. But I think
Okay.
they're too young.
Right. So, if you weren't cooking, if you weren't Master Chef Sanjeev Kapoor right now, what would you be doing?
I don't know.
Back in '84, when you had started you got your degree, did you think you were going to be here at this level? What did you envision this? This is where you wanted to be?
I think each day when you get up, you never think that you would not do better than what you did yesterday. But how far, if you put a boundary to it, then you would stop one day. So I never put a boundary. I never say that, oh, this far. You know, if so, I don't believe in putting any limits, any boundaries. So you just keep on going and just make sure that you do better than what you did today, and because you don't know when you have to answer this question. Maybe 20 years from now, if I were to answer this, how would I answer if I had already thought that this is where I want to be?
Right.
Just a simple step. Next day has to be better than what it was yesterday.
Sure. I think you've heard this question before, but I'd like you to answer this one. Who's your favorite chef?
Who's my favorite chef? Actually, in terms of, there's no one chef who's my favorite, but I always respect people who do good job, stunning job with their food, and it could be hawker, it could be a hawker in on streets of Thailand. Who becomes my favorite if I'm traveling there and if I try something which is very good. It could be a housemaid who may cook something which is very distinct. It could be my mother-in-law who's cooked something well. It could be a high-end chef. It could be if I eat food on flight, which is very good. So the chef who has done that. So for me, there's not one chef who I would say is my favorite, or but I would say there are many, and I normally like to acknowledge them. I normally like to tell them how good they are, and so I have many favorites.
Okay. And finally, one last question. What's your message to any aspiring chef?
Oh, people who like to cook. I can only say that uh, you would have heard this before. That follow your heart. Be passionate in whatever you're doing.
Follow your stomach in this case.
Yeah, yeah. No, I would say that start looking at good things. And start appreciating goodness in food. So next time when you are eating, look closely and see what is good in that food, and take time out in understanding that, and then also take time to tell the person who has made that possible that how good that was. And once you do that, you would realize that the goodwill that you would create with your emotion, uh, it would help create an environment which is very positive. And when you are cooking, you would need all that energy. That's why when people say "maa ke haath ka khana," what is it? It's mother's positive energy that is going into it. As chef, we don't realize that that's so important. So you need a lot of positivity, a lot of positive energy to start collecting now. You'll need it.
That's a key ingredient, little love.
That is always it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I thank you so much for speaking with us. Thank you so much, and good luck in all your endeavors.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Folks, tonight I had a fabulous time. It wasn't just a treat for my stomach, but it was a treat for the eyes, my nose, everything. And I had a great time. I hope you did too. This is Viral Shah signing off for Sahara One. Thank you.